Can we get a nice warm welcome to Miss Jacki Jing? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yay!
This is so exciting. Thank you for joining us for this is a series called Anime We Watched. Mm-hmm. Thank you to Pat for coming up with that name on short notice. That was big help.
Yeah.
And we've been making our way through different anime movies and series. Last week we did Your Name, and this week we're doing Cowboy Bebop.
Yay!
Cowboy Bebop. For people who are watching this review, because we have some people who watch just to kind of get the feel of the series, what would be a few points that you would tell to like a newcomer who haven't watched anime before?
Yeah.
What are some aspects from this show that you'd use to try to sell them on it? I'd say it's like a perfect blend of people who like of genre.
Yeah.
Like, so you got your Western and you got your space cowboys. Like it's a space cowboy story, but on top of that, I'd say if you want some good neo jazz, because people are looking for that.
Oh my God, the
Spotify doesn't have a
music.
playlist for that yet. Go ahead and check this out. It's pretty good. You'll like it because as soon as they're flying around in their ships in crazy, the physics on them makes no sense, and who gives a shit, because they're just like like little flies. And then you get like a little doodle-doo, you get a little scat man in the background.
Yeah.
Forget
Oh
about
my
it.
gosh.
That's my pitch.
Yeah.
Is you got your blend of genres and you got your neo jazz. But what about you guys? What would you say?
What would you say?
You want me to go next?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
First and foremost is the storytelling. I like don't know what went into this show like entirely, like, because it was not based off of a manga. It was just created and then they made like manga after it. But I'm just like, I don't know who came up with this world.
Yeah.
You know what I
Beautiful.
mean? Like, it's just like, it's absolutely insane to me that, you know, that this has been created. It's just like you were saying, it's we have the Western, we have the sci-fi, but then it has tragedy, it has romance, and friendship and comedy. I mean, like, it literally touches on everything, and it's a powerful story. It's so poignant, and yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to give anything away. There's just, like, incredible characters, and not just these guys. Like I was telling you, like, Mad Pro and Jupiter Jazz, you'll meet some ancillary characters who you're just going to be, like, totally tortured by. Like, you know what I mean? And in a like I said, a thought-provoking way. You know what I mean? So, honestly, I am waiting for something to outdo this story for me. Like, I have not seen any comic book movie. I haven't read anything. I haven't seen anything that has outdone Cowboy Bebop for me. You know what I mean?
So, well, hopefully the live action one does pretty good.
Well, I was going to ask you. So, considering all that, are you excited for the live action adaptation, or at least interested?
I'm okay. So, like, I definitely don't want to be negative about the live action adaptation because I don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? So a lot of the live action adaptations that I've seen have regurgitated what we already know. And that's what I said is, like, I don't want to see them, like, touch the story that is already, in my opinion, flawless. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're going to ruin it and it's just going to make me mad. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that they do a prequel, or and how old do you think these people are? I want to ask you guys.
I had a question very specifically to you because I would say I wanted to know, and I know you're spoiling things. Is there a thing between Spike and Faye? Okay,
so you know what? It's funny you asked that, because when I first watched this anime when I was younger, I totally thought that there was something going on there.
Yeah.
And I watched it dubbed. When I watched it subbed later, I did not feel that way. And I talked to a voice actor when I went to go see. They had like it was in the 20th anniversary for the movie. I think it was.
Jeez.
That makes me feel really old, but yeah. And I was like, you know, I always felt like there was something going on between Faye and Spike, but it just like neither of them were like there quite, like, or I felt like maybe Faye was a little bit at the end and like Spike was just like too hurt or something. And then this voice actress was like, you watched the dubbed and that's why you feel that way. And I was like, I watched the subbed and I felt like it was a little bit different, but like the dubbed is what resonates with me because I watched it when I was a kid and everything. And I was like, and in the dub for sure, I felt like there was like something going on. And she said that the voice actress for Faye in the dubbed version made her a little bit sexier and was a little bit more flirty and playful with her. And so I honestly want to like rewatch the dubbed and the subbed like again in really close proximity because I've kind of always watched them like with years between it. You know what I mean? And so like I kind of want to see like how I feel if I watch both of them. Like,
because I was interested because they cast John Cho as Spike.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the actress's name who's playing Faye. But
from Jurassic World 2.
but there's a not insignificant age difference between the two.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So it's like I kind of hope they're not setting up a thing. Not that Hollywood hasn't done that before, but it's just weird. It's the older I get, the weirder it feels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So correct me if I'm wrong, people watching at home, but I'm pretty sure. Well, first of all, tell me how old do you think they each are?
Mm-hmm. I would say the oldest has to be Jet, and the other two are probably.
How old do you think they are, though?
I would say Jet's probably
15.
early 40s, and then Spike and Faye are probably early 30s.
Ooh, I'd say Jet is 40s, 50s maybe. Yeah. Spike and Faye 19 because that's what my hero was like. Wait, Momo is how old? 14, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! All right, bunch of perverts over there. Right? Yeah, you're like. What?
Yeah, I know.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
And Ed is either Ed is 12 to 18, something like that. Ein could be 100 years old.
So you're making a guess off of knowing anime pretty well.
Yeah.
So when I first watched the series, I definitely thought that Faye was in her like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Spike was probably like 35, and I thought Jet had to be like probably early 50s, late 40s.
I'm ready
right?
for you. Jet is actually 15.
No, Jet is mid 30s.
Okay.
And I think that mid 30s, and you're gonna be looking like that. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, he has had a hard life.
Let's just say we don't know what space does to the human body.
Faye's supposed to be 23, and I think Spike's 27, and I might be a little bit off, like give or take a year or so. But
John Cho has aged very gracefully.
Yeah.
He's not 27.
He's not 27.
He's shy of 50.
So that's why I'm intrigued, because again, you pointed out that significant age difference. So I'm like, what's happening? Like, I don't know.
And don't get me wrong, I can see, it feels like the person that was doing and I don't know any of this, is doing the adaptation was like, since he was young, he was like, John Cho is my guy. And so he got a shot. It's like, they got to do The Boys and like, Simon Pegg's the dude. It's not Simon Pegg. It's like, Simon Pegg's like 50, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's not your dude anymore. Like, you need to find another dude.
Then Spike has a dad.
Then
John Cho.
Then John Cho. And he's great, and he'll probably do great, and it's good that he's getting his moment to not be like a supporting guy outside of Harold and Kumar, because I actually think John Cho's just tremendous.
He's
so
a great
talented.
actor, yeah.
This is a weird, it is weird casting, because he is so spry and like wiry. Not that John Cho, I've just never seen him. He's always been either stern or funny. That's what I've seen him do. So we'll have to see.
I mean, you know what? I could see John Cho being like an older, beat up, grumpier version of Spike. Like I could see that, but I don't know if that's what they're doing or not. Like, you know what I mean?
It is weird seeing that your Jet is going to be younger than your Spike.
Yeah.
Mustafa Shakir is a cool casting.
Yeah.
He is cool casting.
So maybe like it's some weird time travel thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You got hyperspace. You got planets. They're living on Mars.
But you know what? This is the thing. In the end, everything comes down to it being a good story, right?
Yeah.
So if they don't regurgitate this, like, please, not that anyone's listening, but please do not like
you don't
regurgitate.
Know who's on Patreon.
Yeah, exactly right.
You don't know who's on a Patreon.
Okay, you guys at Netflix over there,
yeah.
But if they do, if they just make it a good story, then I mean, I'm on board. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have seen Doom Patrol, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, like that show.
That's surprising. I didn't know you watched that.
Like that show's up there with this show.
That show
like,
fucking
Doom Patrol
rules.
is like heavy as hell. They did not hold anything back. The characters are like super flawed and tragic, but real as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, if they can do that with the live action adaptation and make it like, I don't know, an older, grislier version of this, or like them dealing with whatever now, you know what I mean? I hope it's after. But I mean, like, I would be on board. But it's just like, Doom Patrol could have been a complete mess.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Somebody could have been, like, those characters are completely off the wall and weird. And someone was like, it was just, like, they had an incredible writer, and they had incredible actors, and it was just exceptional storytelling.
Cool way to look at it. That is a cool, because also they didn't, like, look at Doom Patrol and, like, shot for shot recreate Grant Morrison's comic. They adapted a lot of it, but they made it work for a show.
Yeah.
And because you have
live
to.
action.
And live action. And live action, because there's a lot to work around.
Because that's a weird world, too. Because remember when I was talking about, like, it's hard for worlds to translate in, like, real life? I mean, Doom Patrol, I was like, I mean, that's easily one of my favorite shows. Like,
oh, yeah.
If
This
you
year,
haven't seen that, people, like, watch Cowboy Bebop, then watch Doom Patrol.
Oh, yeah. You guys are missing out if you're not watching Doom Patrol. But with that, let's go ahead and rate what we've seen of Cowboy Bebop as of right now, but also just overall out of 10. Yeah. I'd give it like a 9.5 out of 10. I'm on board with literally everything about the world building, the characters, the music, and what's to come, because I want a new series to get into, because when I binge fast. So I need something else to watch.
Episodes are super short. You'll get through that in like 2 days.
Thank God. It's 25 minutes. Perfect.
When you hit this next episode, you guys, I can't, please tell me, be like,
I'll text you.
Yeah. What would you
9
say?
out of 10, of course.
9 out of 10.
Really solid. What about you?
I mean, I really think the show's flawless.
Yeah.
Like, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Like,
nice.
It's insane. Like, I don't understand the genius that has gone into this. Like, I really don't. Like, I watch anime to this day, and I'll start up with, like, back in blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, man, I wish Cowboy Bebop didn't ruin storytelling for me, like, in this way. It's just, like, everything just seems, like, so elementary and, like, uncomplex compared to this. And, like, there's tons of great anime out there that's and they're exceptional stories, but this is just checks everything off the list. You know what I mean?
It's top of the pile.
I don't know about you guys, but the only thing that makes me sad is, like, I wish that there could be more, but then you're like, nope, it has to be contained. But there's just, like, some part of you, like, when this show ended, it was the first time in my entire life that I was, like, so sad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, no, my friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, this can't be over.
Who am I supposed to hang out with?
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, it was like, I was devastated when it was over. But then, like, also, like, happy that it was, like, in my life, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'm like, so I don't know, maybe this live action adaptation will be freaking awesome. I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, you're full of it and it's not going to be, but I'm gonna try to be
hopeful.
optimistic.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. But really quick, let's go say hi to Jay Shark and Danny, because they sent in their reviews. Check this out. Ready?
I had a little bit of issues with some of the accents they decided to mix in, although I do like that it's a mix of a lot of cultures, the Old West and Japan and what it feels like to be Mexico, so that's pretty cool.
I think Cowboy Bebop is a phenomenal series. I think it holds up incredibly. It's crazy to me how much the aesthetic and, like, how good the series is still to this day.
Hey. That was kind of cool. Also, Terry Fournier sent in his review, and while he did not send in a video, he did write out his response. He said, as for his thoughts on it, I've heard of Cowboy Bebop for a long time, but never took the time to watch it. So this was a first for me. As I'm writing this, I've watched 6 episodes, really enjoying it, will definitely continue watching it. It's an anime that doesn't fit a clear genre. It's a sci-fi, western, film noir, rom-com of a show, and I love it. The soundtrack really pulls everything together. I'm very excited to see the live-action adaptation Netflix is producing. The casting so far is quite solid. John Cho, Spike, Mustafa Shakir as Jet Black, Danielle Pineda.
That was the perfect... You gotta just end on that. That guy just, like,
Terry knows what's up.
I do want to know what your date animal would be.
It's my dog, Dwight.
Just
to go ahead and copy my brain into him, and we are good to go. I'm going to rule the world.
What is your date animal?
For some reason, the first thing that came to my head was a unicorn.
Do it.
I mean,
it's genetically engineered.
It'd be like a Sailor Moon Pegasus type, and I'd just be like, okay, you're so smart.
There you go. Pretty good pitch.
If I could have a super smart animal, probably a tiger, because that way then it's like, hey man, don't eat me.
But you're right. It's gonna be so hard for you to get into smaller places. The line can get into places so easily.
That's true.
Yeah. But hey, gang, let us know what you think, and make sure you check out next week. We're gonna be doing another watch along and a review with more special guests. Jackie, where can people find you?
My social media is at Jacki Jing. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I also have a YouTube channel, and then I'm on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Sister of Ian. So,
nice. There you go. Go subscribe, go follow, do all the good stuff. Make sure you tune in for more stuff coming to Patreon, and Might Be Awesome and Only Stupid Answers. So many plugs, but you guys know the drill. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.